I posted this reel a while ago about some of my favorite bullet journal ideas, and you guys loved that idea, so I thought I would do a proper video about it. Hello everyone, it's Kat here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I post a lot of bullet journal content to inspire you to do some fun things into your bullet journal, and I also share some studio vlogs of how I run my shop from my bedroom. Today I'm sharing with you 10 of some of my favorite bullet journal pages ideas that I've done in these 8 years of bullet journaling. In this video, I'm just going to feature some of my pages, but if you would like to be featured in one of these videos, here's how you can participate. I want to expand my creativity a little bit and see what you guys create, so the next time that you post your bullet journal on social media, just use the hashtag #RecreateMeCat. I created this hashtag 4 years ago and I'm really happy to bring it back. And at that time I was just recreating your bullet journal themes, but right now I'm also including your bullet journal themes and pages in these videos. Then I will go through the hashtag and see all of your posts, select a few, and show them in one of these videos. But wasn't this hashtag about you recreating your bullet journal pages? Yes, and I'm bringing those back as well. 4 years ago, I was recreating your bullet journal pages on my channel, so you could be featured on my channel and we could inspire other people together. And now I'm finally doing that again. So if you would like to challenge me into recreating your bullet journal themes in my bullet journal with my own twist, just use the hashtag #RecreateMeCat in your bullet journal posts on social media. Alright, so that was the announcement that I had for you guys today. Now let me show you some of my favorite bullet journal pages. So I'm going to start with the Year in Pixels spread. This page is really fun to do because you can see your whole mood for the entire year. And if you're like me and you use 2 journals per year, just so you know, I did this one from July to December, and I actually transferred the information for the first 6 months from my older bullet journal into this one. So when July started, I already had the 6 months filled in, and then I just had to continue with the same color palette. As you can see here, I had 6 moods that I was tracking, and then I had a dot for anxious and a teardrop for crying, but you can track anything that you feel like it's necessary for you. You can track your period in here if you want to, or if you have another tracker just for that. You can track your anxiety, your stress, whatever it works for you, it's here. I didn't do it again because for me, I didn't see any value of redoing it and keeping track over the years. But if you feel like it's something that it's going to help you in any way, I recommend you to do it yearly. Next up is my memories page for 2024. And in here, I divided it into 2 sections, which is something that I don't see a lot of journalers doing. But for me, it works to divide my memories between the mini ones for each month and then a big one for this page. So here, as you can see, we had different dates, we had different surprises, we got engaged and everything. And we did some other activities, and that's what I put in this section right here. And then for the biggest memory of the month, I actually print a photo on my Xiaomi printer, which is a portable printer that's really handy. I highly recommend it. And I just print the page and I put it in here, and it's actually good quality. I don't know if you can see. It's really good quality, and I like having these 2 pages side by side just because I can see all of my memories but visualize the biggest one for each month. For 2025, I'm actually doing this as well. I did this format, but I'm also having the recap of each month in my bullet journals, so I kind of have like 2 ways of seeing the memories for each month, if that makes sense. I have this yearly memories page, and then I have the monthly recap in 1 page for each month at the end of each month. In my opinion, I think journals in your bullet journal is like a memory keeping object that you have in your life, so using it to collect memories is a huge advantage. And if you're not collecting your memories in your bullet journal, I think you're really missing out, so give this one a try in your next one. Speaking on monthly reviews, the next one is just that. It's a monthly review that I did for 2020, I think 2020, 2021. I was doing this monthly, and I talked about this page before, but it's one of those pages that I feel like if you like to journal or you're not journaling daily and you want to include that in your routine, having a monthly review page in your bullet journal might help. I did this one for March 2021, and it's at the end of all of my pages for the month. But it's one of those pages that you kind of sit down at the end of the month and reflect on what happened. And for these 2 pages, I had here the good things for the month, the bad, and to improve section. But you can find other sections to add on Pinterest and stuff. if I had to do this today or recommend a page to you guys today about a monthly review, I would probably add the good things that happened, the bad things that you didn't like or that you do that were not worth it in your life. And I would add another section for just what are you looking for in the next month. And then here I would add like a normal page for you to just journal about the month. And this is one of my favorite pages to do as well, because journaling and reviewing your life keeps you up to date and makes your life better, and you always have room to improve. So making these 2 pages at the end of the month, or even at the end of the week if you prefer, is a huge help to improve your life in general. Another one of my favorites is this work and study tracker. I use this when I was studying and working, obviously, but this helped me a lot to visualize how many hours I would spend at work and studying, because sometimes we don't have an actual visualization and an idea, a concrete idea of how much time we're spending on both areas. And you can know that you are working from like 8 to 5, but how many hours are you actually studying after that? And so I created this tracker for April, and it really helped me to visualize that, like the um, dark green is my work hours and my light green is my study hours. And except for this day, I studied every day. And even if in some days was little, I could always study on the other days a little bit more. But it really helped me visualize how my time was spent. And for this tracker, I have the days of the month in the bottom and the hours in here. This is not like an hourly tracker. I'm going to leave that layout for the next video on this series. This one, you can just track the hours that you studied, not the time period where you studied. Again, this is what worked for me at the time, and I would do it again if I were to work and study at the same time. This next page is a bit on the playful side, but it's one of those pages that starts small and then you see, yeah, I want to do more of this, which is my Tombow Swatches pages. If you know me, you know my huge pen collection, and you know that I love collecting pens and swatching them. And when I started YouTube and bullet journal and use more pens, I actually wanted to have like a Tombow Swatches page because I saw them all over Pinterest and I was like, yeah, I want that. I want to collect all of the Tombow pens and have like a big swatch of them. I was seeing these swatches pages all over Pinterest and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that. So for 2019, I actually added it into my yearly collections. And then as my pen collection grew, I actually created a pen swatches notebook, and I actually posted a video at the time swatching all of my pens. It's not updated at the moment, but you know, I might do a flip through of it once I update it if you guys are interested in that. But this page is one of those pages that really brings me joy to look at, and at the time it was one of my favorite pages to do. Just receiving like a huge pack of pens and swatching all of them just to know exactly how they look like on paper, it was life-changing. Next one is my movies, TV shows, and anime tracker. So I created this page at the time because I'm one of those people that rewatches shows all the time. I'm always watching Bob's Burgers. I rewatch some of my favorite shows, and I don't watch new ones. And sometimes when I do want to watch a new one, I never remember what I wanted to watch. So I created this page because if I remember that I want to watch something like a TV show or a movie, I can just write it in here and make sure that I'm going to watch it soon. The different thing about this page versus like a list on Netflix is that when you write them in here, you write them in order. And so basically, if I were to watch the shows that I had in here, the next movie that I were to watch were Scarface. It's technically the next on the list, and I must watch it because it's here and I remember that I wanted to watch it. The thing on Netflix is that you just put a like on the shows and movies that you want to watch, but then you have the entire selection to choose from. And in this page, it's already kind of pre-made it for you. So in here, I could have watched Scarface, Fear Street, Quiet Place, or Inception. I actually watched all of them already at this time. But if I didn't, I would write them in here and watch them by order. So this is what this page does differently from like Netflix or another watch list. And for the anime tracker, I added here the episodes and I was just painting them on as I was watching them. So I already knew in what episode I was in the next one and how many seasons it had. This is another page that it's super fun in your bullet journal to do, and that may help you to watch new things and not forget the things that you actually want to watch. My next favorite page is a page that I don't think I've ever talked about in these types of videos, but it's an horizontal calendar. So I did this page in November 2019 because I knew that I was going to have tons of stuff in this month. And I didn't want to do a vertical calendar or a big calendar like this that I did for October, or a vertical calendar like I did here for September, like this. Because the only problem that I found is that these types of calendars don't give you that much space unless you go into the other line above, which is the next day. In this one, it's kind of like more chaotic, but it actually gets you lots of space. But it actually gives you tons of space for you to write, but it doesn't give you like a line or a structure for you to write things. You basically just have an open page to write everywhere. And as you can see, I had lots of stuff this month that was going on, and I just had to have space for everything. And if I even had to add double the stuff that I added, I would still have lots of space here around it. So if you are more on the messy side of bullet journal and you want lots of space in your calendar and you never find the right structure, this one might be it. It gives you tons of space, no rules, no structure, and you can actually add different things in here that would help you to organize your life a little bit better. And last but not least, this page is one of the ones that I love to do at the end of every year, but I sometimes forget to put it together for some reason. But it's an overview of all of your themes in your bullet journal. And I know that this is not productive in any way, it's just for fun. But if you're not having fun in your bullet journal, you're doing it wrong. You should use your bullet journal to be extra productive, but you should also have some fun with it. So why not creating a page where you can see all of the themes that you created for the entire year? And I did this one for 2020 and I liked the layout. I did a different one from 2024, but I feel like it's such a great page to look at and see all of the themes that you created and have a memory back of all the themes that you did. And it's so fun, and it doesn't take that much long to do. So it's another page that I would also include in my collections for my next bullet journal. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you loved the ideas that I had for you guys today. Don't forget to use the hashtag RecreateMeCat in your next bullet journal post so you can be featured in one of these videos, or I could recreate one of your bullet journal pages. All right? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys!